If you thought your Christmas was stressful, it might be worth pausing for a moment to consider what has been unfolding on the cobbles of Weatherfield. The street has witnessed its fair share of bleak festive seasons over the years, but Carla Connor may now have claimed the grim crown for the most harrowing holiday of them all. While others were tearing open presents and raising glasses, Carla was fighting for her life, locked inside a tiny airing cupboard. This is no exaggerated soap melodrama, it is a brutal fight for survival. And if you're enjoying this deep dive into the latest Coronation Street chaos, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to Corey Stuck so you never miss an update on your favorite characters. The situation surrounding Becky Swain has spiraled far beyond what anyone could have predicted. Since her arrival, Becky has been nothing short of a wrecking ball, smashing her way through the lives of Lisa Swain and Carla Connor. To most people on the street, Becky was little more than a nuisance, an unwelcome intruder clinging to the past. But Carla saw through her from the very beginning. Street smart and guided by instincts that are rarely wrong, Carla sensed the danger immediately. That instinct is what led her to snoop around Becky's flat. She was searching for proof, desperate to protect the people she loves. Instead, she walked straight into a carefully laid trap, one that has become a living nightmare. For over a week now, Carla has been imprisoned in an airing cupboard. Let that sink in. While the rest of the street celebrated, she sat alone in the dark, cold, terrified, and barely able to breathe. Meanwhile, Becky has been busy crafting the perfect illusion. Fake messages and carefully timed social media posts have convinced everyone that Carla is soaking up the sun in Lanzarote. It's a chillingly effective cover story, buying Becky precious time to manipulate Lisa and attempt to claw her way back into her life. But the true horror of this storyline lies not in the deception, it lies in Carla's health. Earlier this year, Carla underwent a kidney transplant. That's not an ordeal you simply recover from without ongoing medical support. She relies on daily anti-rejection medication to stop her body from attacking the transplanted organ. Without it, her life hangs in the balance. And in the latest scenes, the signs are already there. Carla is pale, weak, visibly fading. Her body is beginning to shut down. Becky knows exactly what she is doing. When Carla attempted to fight back, Becky committed one of the most chilling acts we've seen from a Coronation Street villain in years. She confiscated the medication. This wasn't just cruelty, it was calculated. Becky isn't merely holding Carla captive, she is effectively signing her death warrant. It is a stark demonstration of just how far Becky has unraveled, driven by a twisted, desperate obsession to reclaim her family at any cost. Amy Cudden, who plays Becky, recently described her character as dangerous precisely because she can strip people of their humanity. That description feels painfully accurate. Becky no longer sees Carla as a person, only as an obstacle standing between her and the life she believes she deserves. Yet even as her body weakens, Carla's spirit refuses to be extinguished. She taunts Becky, insisting that Lisa will always choose her in the end. It's brave, defiant, and possibly reckless. When Becky smashed a plate against the wall above Carla's head, the terror in Carla's eyes was unmistakable. She is utterly at the mercy of someone who has lost all grip on reality. Elsewhere on the cobbles, another volatile alliance is forming, this time between Abby Webster and Tracy Barlow. It's not a partnership many saw coming, but in a strange way, it makes perfect sense. These two women have years of bad blood between them, from betrayals to bitter rivalries and endless clashes over Kevin. But nothing unites enemies quite like a shared hatred of the same man. Carl Webster has achieved the impossible, turning sworn rivals into allies. Abby is reeling from his betrayal. This wasn't just infidelity, it was the revelation that Carl has been seeing James Bailey, a discovery that has left Abby questioning everything she thought she knew about her life. Her world, it seems, was built on a lie. Naturally, Abby turns to Tracy, Weatherfield's self-appointed expert in revenge. Tracy's opinion of Carl was already rock bottom after he led her on earlier in the year, but this latest twist has pushed her into full manipulator mode. Her advice is pure Tracy Barlow: forget petty acts of revenge. Rob him blind. Take everything. She scoffs at the idea of cutting up his clothes, dismissing it as amateur hour. Tracy wants a high-stakes payoff. And coming from a woman who once killed Charlie Stubbs with a heavy ornament after a lap dance, her moral compass doesn't just wobble, it spins wildly. When Tracy calls financial ruin a mild response, she means it, but for Abby, this is dangerous territory. With a criminal past she's worked desperately hard to escape, listening to Tracy could cost her everything, her freedom included. One wrong move, and her entire future could unravel. The contrast between these two storylines is striking. Carla is locked in a physical battle for survival, while Abby is fighting an emotional war, tempted back toward crime by one of the most dangerous influences on the street. Both women stand at crossroads, manipulated by people whose instability threatens to destroy them, and then there's Daniel Osborne. The mystery of who attacked him may have been solved quickly, but the fallout is only just beginning. Will Driscoll, consumed by jealousy and being groomed by his coach Megan, lashed out in a moment of explosive violence. It's a deeply uncomfortable storyline, exposing how a young man's confusion and manipulation can erupt into devastating consequences. Will genuinely believed he had killed Daniel in that ginnel. But the most disturbing turn comes from Maggie Driscoll. Faced with her grandson's crime, she chose self-preservation over morality, framing a homeless man by stealing Daniel's wallet and watch to stage a mugging. It's a new low, even for Maggie. Now she's using that secret to blackmail Will into helping her reclaim her position at the Rovers. Cold, calculating, and utterly ruthless, Maggie doesn't care about the innocent life she destroyed or how close Daniel came to death. All that matters is her own comfort and control. What's remarkable is how seamlessly these storylines intertwine. Betrayal, manipulation, and survival pulse through every house on the street. The stakes have rarely felt higher. For Carla, every missed dose of medication brings her closer to organ failure. For Abby, every conversation with Tracy nudges her toward a prison cell. And for Daniel, his attacker walks free while an innocent man takes the blame. The inevitable question is how Lisa Swain will react when the truth finally comes out. As a detective, she should sense that something isn't right, but love has a way of blinding even the sharpest minds. Becky is playing her expertly, using Carla's phone to maintain the illusion. But it won't last forever. One misplaced word, one detail that doesn't add up, and the house of cards will collapse spectacularly. When it does, Lisa will be forced to confront the devastating truth: her ex-wife kidnapped her partner and nearly killed her. And the fallout won't stop there. James Bailey's involvement with Carl is bound to send shockwaves through the Bailey family, adding yet another layer of heartbreak to an already overburdened household. The performances anchoring these stories are nothing short of exceptional. Becky's actress captures a terrifying blend of menace and desperation, making her unpredictability all the more chilling. And Alison King, as always, is a powerhouse. Even stripped of glamour, confined to a cupboard and visibly unwell, she dominates every scene. Carla's resilience remains one of the show's greatest strengths, and viewers can only hope she escapes before it's too late. Looking ahead, it's clear the Boxing Day reveal was just the beginning. Justice must come for Daniel. Carla needs to be rescued. And Abby desperately needs to realize that Tracy's advice is a fast track to disaster. But this is Coronation Street. Nothing is ever that simple. More twists are coming. More betrayals. More heartbreak. It's a bleak chapter on the cobbles, but it makes for compulsive television. The clock is ticking, the cupboard door remains closed, and the new year cannot come quickly enough. Carla Connor has survived factory fires, bus crashes, and countless personal tragedies. Let's hope she can survive Becky Swain too. Because time is running out, and when the truth finally explodes, Weatherfield will never be the same again.